Today we'll see how engineers can rapidly prototype and customize components using Knapsack's powerful local development features. We're going to quickly run through an example of adding a React component, component styles, and the integration with design tokens. Knapsack resides within your repo, so you have full control over everything: repo structure, build process, and anything that you can accomplish with the power of a package JSON. Let's add a component. First, I'm going to go ahead and open up the packages directory. I'm going to go into our React folder here, open up the source directory, and I'm going to copy over an existing component that I have. This is the message component. If I open this up, you'll see that it is a basic TypeScript component here. We're just defining some types. This is our index for that React package, so we'll go ahead and add our export here. Save that. Next, we're going to do the same thing for our styles. You'll see that we're using globalized styles because we're supporting multiple frameworks. So I'll copy this over. Actually, first let me get into our components directory there. Let's copy this over. All right, we have our message in here. And just like with our other entry point, we're going to add our message CSS file. Now let's start Knapsack. All right, and in a moment we're going to see our rocket ship here. Wait for it. There it is. Okay, so let's go ahead and open our local host. And now we have Knapsack running locally, local development mode. Let's go ahead and take a look at components. We can look at the messages we have in here. And the designer has already done a great job of adding an overview section for us, things to keep in mind with our content, right? Also added a Figma component. So we can see that we actually see what this component is supposed to look like. We could add a template using the classical workflow here, which is actually clicking a tab, or add tab that is, and then choosing the template option. Or you can use our patterns dashboard here, which has a lot of robust features, including pattern suggestions and Figma suggestions as well. Because we added a template in the system, it sees that we added the template and it knows that we haven't added it yet. So here it is in the suggestions. I can click message, and now we have our component in here. So if I click this again, it's going to take us directly to our component here in the pattern stage view. And because we're using TypeScript, if I refresh our system here, now that we've got the spec that it's been able to infer, I can just grab right in here. So if I want to see the success options, right, warning options, I can just kind of jump immediately into those options right away. If I wanted to save that, I could. I can also create different variations here, right? So if this is the info variation, right, maybe we'll call it main. We could also add a second here. And then let's choose the success. And then we can actually call this success. That way, if we wanted to reference this in the system, we could. Any place that we embed this example, it would just show immediately. And of course, with our content block system, you can do some pretty cool things. If we wanted to show the template variants in here, for example, I could loop through the message component. We could take a look at the React. Let's go over main, prop will be type. And then in a moment, this will actually render for us, and we can see every variation that we could possibly use. So any place that content blocks are available in the system, you can use this to embed them. I want to keep this clean, so I'm going to delete that. Let's go back to our main demo, and let's talk about styles and then, of course, design tokens. So when we jump into here, we can actually open up the message CSS. Let's go ahead and close the others and close this one. If we go down to our KS message info type, you can see we're using color light blue. Now this color light blue is coming from our design tokens, and if we go ahead and look at the design section here and we go into tokens, in our colors, we can go into the light category, and there's our light blue. If we wanted to make any adjustments to this, we could. We can either use token values, hex codes. We can use our nice little picker here. If we wanted to just change the hue, let's make that maybe, let's see, info. We don't want to make it too intense. Maybe purple. There we go. So we'll go ahead and save that change. Kind of matches the orchid. Go back to our document. And now, in a moment, you'll see that that now changes immediately for us. So, in conclusion, Knapsack helps engineers quickly create, import, and test components locally. There's an integration between styles and design tokens. And of course, we have our Figma integration that helps you stay on track with your design comps. So, thank you for joining us, and we'll see you again soon.